Hello, darlings, and welcome to CareOffBook. I'm Care Darling, your performing arts commentator, and let's just get into it, okay? So, it was Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to me. I'm a new mama. And my husband, we were hanging out on a farm. I know, okay? And he messaged me, and he was like, "Did you even know about this?" And I was like, "What are you talking about, honey?" And it was a trailer to the new movie musical, Juliet and Romeo. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm watching it and I'm actually intrigued, right? First off, original music. I think that's really cool. And then the only person I really recognized was Rebel Wilson, which I was like, oh my gosh, Fat Amy, we're back together, Pitch Perfect. Cool. Okay, when is this coming out? And it was like May 9th. And I was like, wait a minute, it's already in theaters? And I was a little like, where did this come from?
What? What are you talking about?
Like, I follow even like different social media handles that talk about Broadway, movie musicals, nothing. Didn't even hear about this at all. So I feel like it was a marketing disservice to do that. Like, I mean, hello, I'm on YouTube, like, you know what my algorithm is, right? And it was like the trailer never popped up. So I was like, what the heck?
And your fantasies can't ever be quenched, can they?
Another thing I asked myself is there even space for another Romeo and Juliet? Because on Broadway, there's And Juliet. By the way, I recommend. It's a jukebox musical. It's a lot of fun. It's not something where I'm like, oh my gosh, life-changing, but I enjoy it. It's entertaining, and I do think the storyline is pretty cool. Also on Broadway, Rachel Zegler did the Shakespearean Romeo and Juliet, and I think in a way, I'm like, yes, I think there is space for the younger audience because they do love the story. And I think there is a pull towards it. So I was like, you know what? This movie musical is, in my head, like just in time, like to come in. Now, I'll be honest, when I watched it, I was like, maybe they're pushing way too much for the younger demographic. First off, the only person I recognized was Rebel Wilson. And then when listening to the music, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, this gives me very Disney Channel, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I think they would have been more successful if they had this musical go onto a streaming service like Netflix. I think they would have had more people more engaged and tuned in, because I just don't see the younger generation being like, we gotta go to theaters to see this movie musical, especially the fact that I'm like, did anyone even know about this? Now, I'm gonna say this. I'm like, you guys couldn't figure out a better name. It's like Juliet and Romeo. And I'm like, it just doesn't sound good. Like, Shakespeare knew what he was doing. He was like, Romeo and Juliet. Like, yeah. And so as far as the name, I'm kind of like, about, like, I mean, why not just call it Romeo and Juliet the musical? You know, like, keep it simple, get to the point. I am intrigued to see what they will do with the storyline. I feel like if they are going to do this movie musical, Romeo and Juliet have to die at the end.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
When someone's like, this is the greatest love story of all time, I'm like, is it though? Like, these are just young kids. And if anything, it's not necessarily a love story. It's more of a story about hate, if anything, about how hate can be so destructive. And then these two became a symbol about how, like, hate has gone too far, and then they prefer to have peace and then move forward. That's how I take the story, but whatever, I digress. If I heard about this movie musical, I actually would want to go and see it in theaters, because I'm curious, do I think it's going to be like Wicked or Chicago or Fiddler on the Roof? No. But I'm just like, okay, I'm intrigued. I think, again, it's really cool that they have original music. And yeah, that's about it. Those are my thoughts. I'd love to know your thoughts. Did you even know that this was coming? What do you think about the marketing, the demographic? I really do think it's for a younger audience. I really do. Maybe you think differently. Let me know. Anyways, darlings, that's it for today's episode. I'd love to know your thoughts, okay? All right. So without further ado, thee, thou, the, I don't know Shakespeare very well, obviously. So I'll see you next time. Take care, darling.